Hello, honor students. Let's carry on talking about one of the greatest books by Michael Morpurgo. If you want to know more about his biography, please revise the previous video about that. Michael Morpurgo, in a slideshow, we're going to discuss War Horse. War Horse, one of his greatest ever. War Horse is Michael Morpurgo's moving story about suffering in a war, suffering and war, suffering, the struggle of the war, but also friendship and dignity, all written from the perspective of a horse called Joey. Oh, do we expect a fable in here? Maybe. The book talks to us actually and take us through the agony of the World War I, as Joey is separated from his owner Albert and sold into the army for service. He's shipped from his rural home in Devon to the battlefield of France, where he ends up serving both the British and the German armies. Oh la la, that reminds me by classic books for wars like White Fang probably, or Black Beauty. I don't know why. It comes in my head how the animals are suffering when there is a conflict or a struggle or war. Anyway, Joey shows up questioning loyalty to both sides. What is Michael Morpurgo trying to tell us by making Joey a neutral observer? Did he just think that horses couldn't take sides? Or is he revealing the fatal nature of war? Well, what about it? Do you think that that could be the theme of the story? Let's find out. In fact, at the end of the war, Joey is finally reunited with Joey, and they return home to Devon together. So let's discuss the theme. As we agreed, for every story, we should think about the theme. We should think about the message that the writer is trying to send to us, the moral that we can learn more about the book. Number one theme is relationships. From the very outset of the novel, the deep and lasting bond between a horse and his rider is explored. As we said, whenever we think about the theme or the message, it cannot be just one word. You cannot just, as I said to my students in the sessions, don't just write one word like relationships and that's it. No, you have to give me one sentence, more elaboration about what do we learn from that book written by Michael Morpurgo about relationships. From the moment that Albert and Joey meet, they are connected on an emotional level, finding ways to communicate with one another and demonstrate their love. Alrighty, what else? Both prove willing to make the ultimate sacrifices to safeguard the other and demonstrate unparalleled commitment to preserving their relationship. The bond between humans and unique characters like animals is also alluded to, as Joey describes the artillery, horses and soldiers. This artillery kind of theme would actually attract many of the readers, especially the ones who love futility of war. Yeah, we need to learn more about that. For those of us who didn't live any kind of war, thank God, let's actually think how people survived the futility of war in other nations, probably, other countries, other places in the world. At the beginning of the novel, the futility of the war is discussed in an abstract sense. Feelings, emotions, with the farming community discussing news from the front lines, such as death of numerous young men. Yeah. Whilst in war, Joey also expresses his admiration for the soldiers on both sides of the war, who he believes are similar and do not really understand why they are fighting though. This is a rainforest. Rainforest when both sides work together effectively to free Joey and no man's land and then resume fighting. They're not true enemies, though, but fight because of their situation. They have to, I guess. So, if you think that you learned something new about War Horse, written by the great writer in modern history, Michael Morpurgo, please thumb up for like. If you like this video and you have a query about it, drop one in the comment box. I'll answer you. Share with others to benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you can get more with teacher Karima about history and literature. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as the biography of Michael Morpurgo. I'll see you pretty soon to carry on talking about history and literature, maybe classic pre-1900 century or post-1900 century, all here, same channel. Stay tuned. Talk soon. Goodbye.